A fan is suing Jon Jones after missing out on UFC 200, which, by the way, this has actually happened a few times. One of the most recent instances is in the entertainment field where a Scottish man is suing the director and the creators of Suicide Squad because Jared Leto wasn't in as much scenes as the trailer actually predicted. Just as Scots, never happy, especially considering he travelled down to London to watch it. You know how grueling of a task that is to leave Scotland.
They don't have Suicide Squad in
mix
Scotland?
It with English. Of course they do. Got it everywhere.
What else
we have
do they
internet.
What else do they have in Scotland?
I'm pretty sure you asked me if we had Coca-Cola in Scotland one of the first days.
That's a fair question. They don't have Lay's potato chips in, or Wise potato chips in California. For a long time they didn't.
We have Walkers, which is similar to Lay's, same brand, I think, in the UK. But this tangent is actually the kind of stuff that we would do on our podcast. So make sure to check all that stuff in the link below. But
Episode
back to
2
the
coming
point.
this week.
Jon Jones. UFC 200, and according to the quote, this is actually from Uproxx, is that a fan was pretty displeased that the things didn't go his way for UFC 200. So let's take a look. For longtime MMA fan Sean Slattery, however, the removal of Jones from the card was so devastating that he essentially rendered his tickets as useless as the paper they were printed on. As such, Slattery did what any sound-minded human being would do and filed a negligence lawsuit against Jones, as well as his management team, First Round Management. On August 19th, the main crux of this case seemingly being that he had purchased tickets to UFC 200 for the express purpose of watching Jones.
The court, I think this is now from the court, or the next quote came from not Uproxx itself. Well, it's on Uproxx's website, but it's in terms of the court case. Just before the fight, however, Jones was dropped from the fight card after officials learned that he had tested positive for a banned substance, banned performance-enhancing and/or masking substances. Plaintiff was thus robbed and defrauded of the value of the tickets, wherein he suffered both economic and non-economic harm as a result of Jones's actions in violating anti-doping regulations and First Round's complicity therein. In the alternative, Jones failed to disclose other controlled substances, and in doing so was negligent to the relevant testing officials, which again deprive plaintiff of the value of his tickets. I love legal writing. For one, therein and wherein and other things within pop up all too often.
Yeah.
And you get to really use some very figurative language, deprived, frauded or defrauded these tickets. They made these tickets worthless with no value. This guy is so mad that Jon Jones didn't fight at UFC 200 that he's suing Jon Jones.
Yeah.
Now, here's the biggest problem with this. Technically, because only in this judicial system would you find a way that this might actually work out in his favor. And the way I think it's going to work out, my feeling is First Round Management, as any, if he really is that big of a fan of Jon Jones, should do, when Jon Jones fights in the next card, here's a free ticket to, just for Jon Jones to fail potentially another drug test, even though it's probable that he did not fail that drug test, and it was not a banned substance, and it was a mistake.
Here's how I would defend him. I would just basically state, did you not know what you were getting into? If I was First Round Management, I'd actually turn it against my client, Jon Jones, and be like, look at his track record. You got to know what you're buying into. This guy hasn't had the best track record of being potentially upholding his responsibility to turn up to the fight. So I would be like, if you were as big a Jon Jones fan as you state you were, you should have bought this ticket knowing full well the risk that he might not be able to maintain his responsibility and turn up to the card.
Francis.
That's it.
Francis.
Case done.
Devalued, defrauded, plaintiff, therein, Jon Jones.
I can imagine he walked into the clerk's office so pissed, just screaming profanities, and there's some random guy in the corner that's just like, as a thesaurus, he's like, douchebag. Okay, I'm going to write that down as victim.
The actual problem at hand here is that if this goes through and this plaintiff is awarded anything, I mean anything, what's going to stop future fans of certain MMA fighters from just suing the hell out of fighters for not showing up or backing out? Like, up. Demetrius Johnson broke his leg. I'm the world's biggest Demetrius Johnson fan. I'm going to sue Mighty Mouse, and I want free tickets to every Mighty Mouse fight from now on.
If this follows through and he successfully obtains whatever it is he's suing for, I'll eat my shoe. I'll eat my shoe.
You'll eat your shoe.
Because there's no way.
I really wish this is like the case when the person who sued McDonald's because he didn't know coffee was hot. And
Exactly.
It burnt.
It's the same thing. Is that if you're going into a fighting card, you got to be well aware that it is a sport which upholds true competition, so people will be tested. And if it so happens that someone's found out, would you rather they just fought in an unfair, unjust environment? No, I don't think so. Would you rather? Like, what's the difference between this and someone getting injured?
I'd rather watch Daniel Cormier versus dad bod Anderson Silva.
Exactly. What's the difference between someone doing this and someone going in fighting that gets injured? Yeah, it's unpredictable. Injuries happen, but in this situation, it seems it was unpredictable that Jon Jones knew of the substance that he was taking, according to recent reports, is that he doesn't know. So I don't think. What's up,
Francis? Defrauded, devalued. This person was stripped of his fandom. Imagine if you went to a Miami Heat game, you're the biggest Dwayne Wade fan, and you get there the day of and you forgot that he went to the Bulls. Would you
defrauded, burn the jersey.
Devalued, wherein, therein, burn the jersey. I don't need you guys. I can crack myself up. I'm having a great time over here. That's it. Done. Comment below. Like, favorite, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel. At Friends_Maxwell, Jason Ruben 91. That's all we got for you.